Hey guys, coming at you from my kitchen table this morning because this video is going to be a little bit of a different one, a different type of video, different style of video. This hasn't been requested, but I had an idea for it and thought that you all might enjoy seeing it. Basically what I'm going to do is show you my morning routine, kind of what I do to get ready for work with the two girls now and how I get myself set up, get them all ready. And make sure that I can have a productive day that's focused on work. Since I am a work from home freelancer, and somebody who tries to spend as much time as I can with my kids, I want to make it possible for me when I am working to be like 100% focused on work, since I really have oftentimes, many times, usually a full-time workload, and I'm trying to fit into somewhere around 25, maybe 30 hours a week of dedicated work time. Sometimes it's only like 20 to 25 hours a week, depending on the week. So I have to be super productive, super focused, don't have much time for lollygagging once I'm in the studio. So this routine is how I make sure that I can make the most of my working time. Today, the day that you're going to see is a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, September 17th. So right now, Tuesdays and Thursdays, Penelope is in preschool for 2 hours each time. It's like a preschool for 2 to 3 year olds. So it's really just a little kind of taste of preschool. And then our caregiver, our babysitter, picks her up from preschool. You'll see from about 7:30 up through almost 11 a.m. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I work from 11 to 5. Sometimes I might fit a little bit of work in the morning, depending on nap schedules, but you'll see how all of that goes. So you're just gonna see the girls getting ready, me getting ready, and kind of the lead up and what goes into making sure I can have a successful studio day as a work from home mom who is also nursing and pumping. So I'll go over all of that in the video, and I hope you guys like it. So getting started here, I try to get ready while Rosie's on her first morning nap, which is usually pretty early. So she's asleep in the bassinet, and I've set Penelope up with the iPad and an episode of Daniel Tiger. Then I'm going to go into the bathroom and just do my morning routine. I'm not showering this morning. I usually only shower a couple times a week. Usually I'll shower on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So the footage that you're watching is a Tuesday. So I'm just, brushing my teeth, doing my hair, putting on a little bit of makeup, and getting dressed. After I do all that, while Rosie's still sleeping, I run over with the baby monitor, the video monitor, into Penelope's room and go ahead and pick out her outfit for the day. Tuesday is a school day, so we need to do something that will work well for school. And it's actually pretty warm still here, even though it's September. So we're doing short sleeves and then some little capri pants. Have some stripes. We both have some stripes. Then Penny and I head downstairs so that Rosie can keep on sleeping. I'll go ahead and finish getting her ready, doing her hair, brushing her hair a little bit. In case you're wondering what she's playing with, she saw that I had my Gorilla tripod for vlogging, and she likes to play with the little iPhone version so that she can be like me. Oh my gosh, what kind of human being am I raising here?
Mom, look at this poking.
Oh, we can fix that. Look at me. Oh, you look cute.
Then if Rosie's still asleep, Penny and I will spend a little bit of time together. This morning she wanted to run around and dance, so we've got her dressed up in her princess clothes. Then if Rosie's still sleeping, I'll try to take a chance to do some stuff in the kitchen, clean up, get ready for the day. And Penny will just keep on dancing. At this point, it's right around 8 o'clock. So I'm starting to pull together some of the things that I need that I'm going to have to bring upstairs with me for the day. Number one is the parts for the breast pump. I'm using the Freemie cups, which I attached to my Spectra pump. So I've got these all washed and dried and ready to go. All right, and it looks like little Diana Rose is finally awake. So I'm just going to go in and grab her, and I'll bring her downstairs with Penelope and I. And she still has to get dressed, so I'll just grab her clothes from the nursery real quick first. Both she and Penelope have their clothes in there, even though Diana is still in our bedroom. Then Penny usually will have some kind of little snack or second breakfast. Since we're all up at around 6 and eating breakfast, she is typically hungry by, shortly after 8 for a little bit more. She has a small tummy, so she just eats in spurts throughout the day. So she's having some oatmeal while I am changing Rosie and getting her ready for the day. Then both of the girls will usually hang out in the living room. If Rosie's in a good mood, I'll have her in the swing or maybe hanging out in the boppy while Penny is playing nearby so that I can finish getting everything together for the day. As I've said before, she's a pretty mellow baby, so she usually doesn't mind just hanging out with her sister for a few minutes. So before I head upstairs, I need to make sure to have my food, my lunch all figured out. I need to have Penny's lunch figured out, and I need to have the baby's bottles ready to go. So today, we're lucky we have leftover pizza that Eric made last night. So Penny will be super excited to have that. She'll probably have that with some fruit and maybe some cucumber. Then I've got the baby's bottles ready to go. As I've said, I'm pumping with the Spectra pump, and then I am freezing my milk in these little silicone 1-ounce milk molds and then keeping them in Ziploc bags. My thought was that it would reduce plastic use because I wouldn't be using the little individual bags for every couple of ounces. Once I get the food and bottles and all that squared away, it's almost time to leave to bring Penelope to preschool. Her drop-off period is 8:50, so we usually like to try to be headed to the car by like 8:40 or so. So it's right around 8:20, 8:25 right now. So I'm going to sit down and try to nurse the baby one more time before we go. And Penny will continue playing and dancing and doing her thing. And then before we know it, 8:45 is here and we're already running a little bit behind schedule. So Penny is rushing to try to get her shoes on. She's really good at getting them on by herself most of the time, but every once in a while she still does get confused about which foot to do. Here you can see she is trying to prove to me that she had it on the right foot in the beginning when in fact she had them on the wrong feet. But there you have it, a 2.5-year-old, folks. Once she has her shoes on and I've got the diaper bag packed and ready to go, we're going to head right down to the car. Usually I try to put Rosie in the car first and then open up Penny's door so that she can climb into her car seat on her own. And of course, it wouldn't be a Tuesday if I didn't forget something, so I have to run back up and grab a pacifier. All right, now we're finally ready to go. Headed to our first stop of the morning, preschool drop-off. I like to park a little bit further away so that Penny and I have a couple minutes together on the walk. Depending on the day and the weather and what mood Rosie is in, I will either put her in a carrier for the drop-off or sometimes I have her in the stroller. This morning I opted to go for the stroller since we were in a bit of a rush and I was pretty warm.
Scream and shout and take my spirit, can't break my armor, I'll keep on fighting, so to the bone.
After the drop-off, Rosie and I head to the grocery store Tuesdays, we tend to try to grab what we need for the week. Tuesday mornings, that's become kind of our new routine. And while we're at the grocery store, I pretty much always like to have her in the carrier. Just since I'm away from her for much of the day, I like to take any chance I can to get in some snuggles. So she likes the carrier, so usually I will have her there when we're in the grocery store. All right, back home from the grocery store, and it is just before 10 o'clock at this point. I'm gonna pop Rosie into the boppy since she's in a decent mood and just take a couple minutes to put the groceries away. Then I'm realizing I forgot to do one other thing that I typically do on Tuesday mornings, and that is a run down to the deep freeze to grab some of the meals that we'll have for the week. Since we are still kind of in the early days of me going back to work, we are still working our way through some of the freezer meals that Eric's mom made, my mom made, some other friends made. We are super grateful for this. It has been so awesome. You can see also there off to the left is the milk stash that I have. So I try to keep that in the deep freeze so it stays as fresh as possible. And usually I'll just grab these freezer meals, the ones that I know that we're going to use for the week, and bring them on up on Tuesday mornings. All right, it's about 10:35 or so now, and I'm sitting down to do one final nursing before the babysitter comes. And Rosie is actually ready to go for her nap right after that. So I'm going to pop her down in her bassinet. Then just a couple minutes before the babysitter is scheduled to come at 11, she'll come from 11 to 5 on Tuesdays. So I'm going to really quick make my sandwich, make what I'm going to have for lunch, get that all ready to go, and then pull together the last of what I need to bring upstairs. So obviously I will be bringing the sandwich I just made. I like to bring a piece of fruit as well, this giant thing of iced coffee, and don't worry, this is half calf and a lot of it is soy milk. So I'll just kind of work my way through this throughout the day, bringing my water bottle and my straw for my coffee. And then of course I need a couple of bottles for the pumped milk. I forgot to put these in with the pump parts like I usually do. I'll go ahead and run all these upstairs. By the way, I try to keep some shelf-stable little snacks in the studio in case I ever am up there without having brought something. And then this little crock pot thing that I use is my alternative to a microwave. So if I have like leftovers or something hot, I'll just put it in there in the morning when I first come in, and then it is hot by the time I am ready to eat lunch. All right, now on to my last task that I have to do before the sitter comes, and that is fill out this little dry erase board here. So as you can see, we have a few different categories. I try to write down food, naps, and diapers for both of the girls, and if there's other random stuff that needs to happen throughout the day. So I'm just gonna put down the date and then what Penny's having for lunch. We already talked about it, pizza. And then I'll put down the time for Rosie's bottles, and I base this off of the last time she nursed. So the time for the second bottle will be based more off of the time of the first. But anyway, Penelope's nap time, which is pretty consistent around 1 p.m. And then Rosie's naps obviously are staggered based on the time when she last woke up. So I'll put down kind of my best guess for her next nap. And then I put down the last time I changed their diapers so that the sitter knows when that needs to be done again. So yeah, that's the last thing I do before she comes at 11, and then I will work from 11 to 5.
Okay, so that is it. That was a morning routine, our morning routine for a Tuesday. So things would be a little bit different depending on the day of the week, but you can kind of more or less get the idea. I do all of that same stuff, the getting together like the pump and the bottles and what I'm going to need for food for the day. I do all of that every day that I'm going to be in the studio so that I don't have to spend a lot of time coming up and down. So that piece would be the same. The things that would be different is like I wouldn't obviously go grocery shopping every single day, and I'm only bringing Penelope to preschool 2 days a week. So that would be a little bit different depending on the day, but I thought I would show you a Tuesday because it is kind of the fullest morning of the week. It's the busiest one. So that is it for this video. I am planning on doing an updated Q&A on balancing work life as now a mom of 2. And honestly, things have just changed a lot since I made one of those videos. We've moved, work has gotten busier. Let me know what you think. If you have questions that you'd like me to cover that kind of fall under that range, the working from home, freelancing, freelance illustration while being a parent, all of that stuff. If there's like really specific stuff, I'm happy to answer that. If it's more general questions, that's great too. So let me know if you have questions on that topic, put them in the comments below, and I will hopefully make that video at some point soon in the coming weeks. Have to thank my patrons for sponsoring this video. If you are a patron, you are a sponsor of this video, so thank you so much. And even if you're not a patron, thank you for watching. Other things you can do to support this channel are to share the content, to leave a thumbs up, to comment. All of those things help boost it. So yeah, if you have a friend that you think this would be helpful for, please do share it. And of course, thank you to Meg who edits these videos. And yeah, thank you to everybody for watching. And shout out especially to all of the moms out there and the moms who are trying to make it work, working from home. Yeah, I feel it. I feel your struggle, and we are all in it together. So that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.